that year just set so many records and absolutely, crazy 2014. But Ace Buchan is one of the favorites out here. As you mentioned, past champion.
Next thing you know, his fins just went sideways. Owen Wright will dig in. Two-time finalist at Teahupo'o, Tahiti. We'll just get a bit of a warm-up. Opting to use the helmet, such a smart decision on a day like today. Owen 283, 1.6. You'll have waves like this. There's Owen's approach.
Wow, that was so technical. So that was the most technical drop we've seen so far today. Underneath it right there. Watch as Owen's standing up. The lip is already breaking right behind his back. See, he is getting to his feet and the wave was already going. So that takes a lot of guts. And it takes a lot of surfing ability to be able to be that nimble, get to your feet, and bottom turn inside the barrel. Now, that being said, it was very short, a quick tube ride. That's going to hurt his score, but it's just showing his talent.
Irie goofy foot that's ultra flexible. What'd you like about Soli's approach here?
He looked comfortable. He looked like he was doing what he wanted to do. A lot of times when you're surfing on a bigger wave at Chopes, you can get pushed around and look kind of silly. But, Soli Bailey is a skilled slab surfer. He takes off underneath.
Some of these waves, Ross, feel like there's just a clear entry into the pit. That one looked a little tough to really get barreled. Soli Bailey now shows off that backhand tube stall ability, then flies free over the back of that one.
We have an upset here against Bucko.
Owen swinging on the next opportunity. Foam on the face, still able to hold that rail line. And he hops out the inside corner. He's just battling with Solomon Bailey.
Out in the form of a big old spit. And that spit David out into the channel. I want to say Owen, he's really working hard for these small scores, but it's a sign of how brave he is. These are sketchy little waves on the inside, but Owen's like, I got it. I can handle this little wave. On the dry reef, quick little barrel.
A wave can make or break as we see a replay.
Here's some of what we missed during the break. And then it was Soli Bailey. Here's a 4.17 partner.
Grabs the rail, dragging that body. A little bit of white water there. That white water on the face makes things even more difficult as we see the water angle. Holding beautiful tube riding. Great control of the rate.
Status in surfing. Pulling into this one. Coming out again. Soli Bailey's going to add on to that 4.17 that he already has in his score line to see team as we look at this replay of Soli.
Really late drop, beautifully controlled, and you can tell by the exit from the tube and the way he stood tall and that calm position that he assumed right there at that flap of the arms. He just went, yeah, that felt good. He'll be stoked.
And you see this in slow motion, the technique, the body drag, and the exit, and just the body language from Soli Bailey. Owen Wright live action. Double hand drag. And standing straight up, all 6'3" of Owen Wright, stretched out in that big barrel.
And remember those subtle differences that it takes. They've got to be, everybody's getting tubed, everybody's getting great rides. And here's the water replay. Stalls, pulls in, deep, beautiful, clean tube, never in doubt. But sometimes those simpler ones, as we see this, see how quickly it just jacks up and barrels from the drone shot. And Owen Wright did that beautifully. Great positioning for the takeoff and in the tube.
Nice replay here below sea level with Owen Wright. And a nice completion for jersey number 3. Another replay.
Straight on angle. That's kind of more of what the judges will see. Looked a little, it always looks a little quicker and not as extended duration in the tube from that angle. But very well done, late drop. These got priority being used as such an advantage here.
Continuing to find backhand barrels is Soli Bailey. So nice exchange between Wright and Bailey on those last 2 waves. We'll be awaiting those numbers.
Ooh, and jack straight up.
Right back out there, right back into another barrel. Owen Wright. Again, just the mastery. So just the matchup between Soli Bailey and Owen Wright. The rally back and forth on this last exchange, the consistency.
Shocking to me as we see Owen Wright, Coach.
Oh my goodness. In that cave with the helmet, just spelunkering through there, finds the exit and the light at the end.
We see this replay. Let's take this in first time. Big, hollow, round one, deep. Beautiful positioning. And you can tell the intensity of the wave itself by the spin that it throws out. And that was a beauty. Nice and round. Great ride for Owen. And Owen dropping a 7 for that one. But prior to that 7, he'd had the 4.7 and the 5.33 for a total, I think it was 10.03. And Sebastian Zeitz been out there half as long, or less than half as long, and had a better score than Owen.
Adriano was just noting that this morning. I thought it was a great point.
Thank you, Strider. Owen Wright weaving through that barrel, finding an exit, looking to better his 5.33, which is his low score at the moment. Nice battle between Owen Wright and Soli Bailey. We'll be waiting for that number for Owen Wright.
Stalling. Then you're not as deep as you could be. You watch here, he had to pump and drive his board on that one to make sure he made it nice and deep. And here we go, we'll see it from this water angle. There's 1 pump, 2 pump, 3 pumps. He had to get those pumps in to make, this is Soli's. Oh, he got in straight off the takeoff and held it beautifully.
Now remember, he needs an 8.33 on this ride, Barton. We're waiting for that score.
Do you feel like that might have been the deepest, most technical one that we've seen in quite some time?
I think he may get that excellent score of an 8.33 and beat Owen Wright at the wire. Still no indication for the number for that ride, but Soli Bailey thinks he got it.
I really need to look at that again. Scores come through. What?
Scores come through, and it was not enough for Soli Bailey. The 7.93, not enough for Bailey. And it looks like Owen Wright moving on into the round of 16, and we're going to move on to a short break.